So this is a tutorial for the Dead C by the Lumineers. It's in standard tuning. I've got mine dropped down again to D sharp. I've put it back up again to standard tuning with the capo, but just play it completely open if you like, or put a capo on it or down tune it if you find you're struggling to sing it in that range. So just pulling the lyrics up. You're going to need for this song, you are going to need a C major. You're going to need some funky chord that's like C. It must be some C thing. So just put your third finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, which is a C note. And your first finger needs to play it needs to cover 2 strings, the 2nd and the 3rd string on the 1st fret. So you get that chord, C something. F major played the way with your thumb, but the thumb doesn't really need the bass. You can just mute the string, or if you want to get the bass, do it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so you need those 3 chords, and I think that's it. Is that it? Can't be. There must be a G in there somewhere. Oh yeah, and you need A minor and G. And I think G is actually played with the 4th finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. But again, with G it doesn't really matter too much. Just play G major. Okay, so let's start with the verse. So this song goes verse, verse, chorus, chorus, verse, verse, chorus, chorus, kind of interlude change, and then chorus, chorus, and ends. So let's start with the verse. So the way I think that they play it on that live YouTube New Orleans clip, I don't know if it's played like that on the album. I haven't got the album actually. It's just downstroking. So it's so that you notice at the end of the loop, the 3rd finger just goes up and hits that G note, just to kind of dun 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 dun. So you want to strum the offbeats really quietly, so you're putting the emphasis on the big one, so it's kind of. And that's how he strums it, I think, throughout the whole song. Sometimes at the end, when he's building up to the chorus, there's a little kind of cutting strum, so it's kind of. Like that, or something like that. I actually, if you're playing it solo acoustic, I actually think it's a bit flat playing it just with downstrokes, so I tend to kind of. Strum it like that. Anyway, so let's roll around the chords of the verse. So here we go. It starts in C, so it's that funny C chord to F, back to C, back to F, back around again to the verse, onto the next verse. So we'll just sing it out as well. Apologies for poor vocal singing, or whatever we call it. Here we go. I stood alone upon the platform in vain. The Puerto Ricans played me salsa in the rain. Doors and manual locks in fast food parking lots. I headed west. So that's the start of the next verse. So it's only 3 chords. So it starts off C to that C funny thing, 7 sus something, whatever it is, and then F, and then back round to C, and then it does a quick loop just to end the verse of what you've just played. So fast food parking lots, back to C. I headed west, I was a man on the move. New York had lied to me, I needed the truth. Oh, I verse is a different chord pattern to the first verse, so let's go through that chord pattern. So it starts off in C. I headed west, I was a man on the move. Then it's your funny C, with your C note there on the 5th string and your 1st string and a sort of small little bar chord playing those 2 notes. New York had lied to me, I needed the truth. Back to F, I needed somebody, needed someone I could trust. Back to C, and then you drop down to A minor. I don't gamble. G, if I did, F, bet on a C. So it's very standard chords. It's a lovely loop though. And that's the verse is done, so you're getting about halfway through the song once you've nailed those chord progressions there. And then you go to the chorus, and the chorus is very simple. It's virtually like the verse, but without that funky C chord, which is good. It's a bugger to play. So here we go, the verse. So like the day, C to F. You told me I was like the day, C to A minor. Never sing when you are with me. To G, oh Lord. To F, I'm your dad. Back to C, C. So do that again. Like the dead sea. You told me I was like the dead sea. You'll never sink when you are with me. Oh Lord, I'm your dead sea. And then the verse, the chorus is repeated with slightly different lyrics but the same chords. So it's, oh, I'm like the dead sea. The finest words you'll ever say to me. Honey, can't you see was born to be your dead sea. My timing might be out there. I think actually it's slightly different. That is, it's honey, can't you see I was born to be your dead sea, something like that. Anyway, you can get that bit. So then you go back to the verse again. So you probably want to strum louder for the chorus because you're going to be singing louder. It's less words, and you're singing stronger. So then you quieten back down again for the verse. You know, and if you prefer to strum it like he does with the it that way. Just for some reason I struggle to strum like that. I always mess it up, so I kind of go back. I'll just do it like that. It's up to you. So we'll go back through the next verse, and the next 2 verses are the same as the same chord pattern as the first 2 verses, just with different lyrics. So we'll play those through. Just the clothes on your back. Took a rest when you took a nap. Yes, there are times when we live for someone else. Your father died and you decided to live it for yourself. You felt it was just right in a flare. 'Cause you and cats, that's just not right. Right, so that's that. And then you go back into the chorus like the the same strumming pattern, and then you go to this change, and the chords you're going to need for this change are A minor, F, and then I missed the chord, D major, but take off the second finger, so you're just playing it with the D note, second string, third fret, and the A note, third string, second fret, so you can mute the bottom string, just play it like that. There's also some pull-offs between the chords, so I'll just play it through. I've been down, I've been defeated. Your message, I will heed it. Would you stay? Would you stay tonight? Ooh. Good luck singing that bit. I can't even get near it, so it's too high for me. I think he kind of, when he strums the C, he really does a nice thing, and it gets higher and higher, and I can't even get up there, but it's kind of, and then a pause. Anyway, we'll go through that. Let's just do the chords. So A major, I've been down, I've been defeated, and then after that, your third finger comes off of the third string and goes up to the very top sixth string, which might feel a bit strange if you're just starting out playing the guitar. You don't have to do this bit, but he does it on that live version. So it's A major, A minor. It gives you a little bass run down to the next chord, which is really nice. Then down to the F, and when you play the F, make sure you play that bass note, that first fret, with your thumb, because you're going to use that to step off the chord like you did off the A minor. So, listen, I will heed it. Down to the D. Would you stay with me? Would you stay the night? G. And then a pause. Ooh. Something like that. And then you're back to the final chorus. So we'll just play through that interlude one more time, because it's a little bit more difficult when you're doing those pull-offs before you go to the next chord. So I've been down, I've been defeated. Your message, I will heed it. Would you stay? Would you stay tonight? Ooh. And then back into your chorus. But I would suggest when you do the chorus on the first time, you just, because it all mellows down at this point, I think, because that's a big crescendo. So nice and quiet. So Dead Sea told me I was like the Dead Sea. Never sink when you are with me. Oh Lord, I'm your Dead Sea. Oh, I'm like the Dead Sea. The finest words you'll ever say to me. Honey, can't you see was born to be your Dead Sea. Finish it however you like. Yeah, so that's hopefully enough there to get you going with the song. It's a great song. It's I think when you start playing it, the timing feels a bit different, because they use some, getting that the strumming kind of thing. But playing the chords should be no problem. If you don't like doing those pull-offs on that interlude bit, then just skip them. So I've been defeated. Your message, I will heed it. Would you stay? Would you stay the night? Apart from that, you're playing standard chords with strumming. It's good. So hopefully, again, have some fun with it, and yeah, you should be able to play that one. It's not too bad.